So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Chill Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I'm going to talk about a band from Vancouver. They're called Tribunal, and they just put out their second album, In Penitence and Ruin, this Friday through 20 Bucks Ping. And I actually interviewed this band 2 years ago when they released their first album, The Weight of Remembrance, in 2023, early January of that year. And what made these bands stand out is that they did doom with Goth, but they added some cello to the music. And back when I talked to the band, they were more of a two-piece, like two really full-time members of the band, with Soren Morn, who did bass, cello, and the clean vocals, and Etienne Film, who did the guitar and the more like guttural, like black metal style of vocals. But the band is now a 5-piece, so they have new blood in the band. So they have Jessica Young on guitar, Dallas Alice on keys, and Julia Gaiman on drums. So now they're a full band with more people, and this album is 9 tracks. It's 48 minutes in length. And what they did on this follow-up is they took the sound of their previous album, The Weight of Remembrance, and they expanded on that sound on this sophomore album release. So In Penitence and Ruin really doesn't stray away from what they did on the first album, but adding the keys and those elements gives it a more fleshed out sound, if you will. So I want to talk about the standout tracks, in my opinion, on this record. So first of all, the album starts with Incarnadine, which was one of the singles that they released. And this starts with some mournful cello, has some Goth Doom vocals and more black metal vocals at times. So they give you a little bit of a taste of what you're going to get on this record. And I think Soren Morn's vocals really are very good on this record. I like their previous record, but I think that on this one, her vocals, she sounds like she's more confident in the way that she's singing, and she's like, the emotion comes through more on these tracks on this new album. The second track that I want to talk about that was a standout is A Wound on Healing. This is the second track on the record. And Soren's vocals on this one are filled with emotion and sorrow. You really feel that gothic doom sadness on this track. And also love the keys that they use on this track. It really gives it an extra, like sazon on that song. So really good one. And the album, it has 9 tracks. So it's like you have 4 beginning tracks, then you have an interlude, if you will. It's called Ruin, and it's a 1-minute cello part, really beautiful part that really goes into the second half of the record. And on the second half of the record, a song that really stood out to me was The Penitent.
Penitent man will pass.
So yeah, The Penitent really is another great vocal performance. The cello really drives the song musically. They really, like, the cello on this band is very an instrument that is as important as the guitars, as the keys, as the drumming, because it makes them stand out from other like doom bands, if you will, because the use of the cello. So that's a great track. Then you have another track that was the other single, Armored in Shadow. And this one's like more funeral doom vibes. It's very slower song, plodding music, very eerie, which is something that funeral doom is known for. So that's a great one. And I like the more evil vocals on this one as well. Then the album, I love the album Closer, which is Between the Sea and the Stars. This is a great album, Closer. Again, great start with the cello. Love the guitar work on this track. And I like it that the, beautiful vocals, and I like the end. It feels like very melancholic, like very mournful. And this is something that this album has throughout the whole record. You got that mournful state of Gothic Doom, Funeral Doom. Minor nitpicks with this, maybe sometimes, even though it's a 48-minute, maybe sometimes it got too slow a little bit at some parts for me, and I would have wanted a little bit more of like variation in pace. But it's really a very solid sophomore record from this band, and I think this is a record that shows that the band now is more confident in their sound, and they're still growing. So I want to see where they take this sound on future releases, and maybe have that cello always stand out, because that will be the trademark of this band. So I want to know, Couchers, what do you think of the band Tribunal? What do you think of this record, In Penitence and Ruin? Comment down below. And I actually interviewed this band 2 years ago. I'll put the link for that interview, but hopefully I can interview them again so we can talk more about this record, because that other interview was talking about their debut record. So comment down below, what do you think of this band? Tell me about other like funeral doom bands that I should check out or should be on my radar. Comment down below. And if you like the videos I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like, and do not forget to subscribe. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people like yourself. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.